I have two numbers written on the chalkboard, which are 16 and 8. And below them, in each of the boxes, are all the factors of 16 for the first box, which are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. And all the factors of 8 in this box below the number 8, which are 1, 2, 4, and 8. Now the question I have for you is, what is the largest factor that 16 and 8 have in common? I'm asking you to look at all the factors of 16 and all the factors of 8 and to see which one is in common in both and the largest in common. After some examination, we see that 8 appears in both the factors of 16 and 8 and is the largest common factor, or it's the greatest common factor of 16 and 8. So we found out that that number is 8. And we would write the following. We would say 8 here. We would say, after we've found the largest common factor, we would say 8 is the greatest common factor of 8 and 16. So this idea of the greatest common factor states, given two numbers, let's say I were to do this from the very beginning, and I were just to give you these two numbers, and I were to say, find me the greatest common factor of 8 and 16. They could be any two numbers, but the same principle or the same method of finding the greatest common factor is the same for any two numbers. You'd be given two numbers, then you'd have to write all the possible factors of that number, let's say underneath it or somewhere in some list, and you could write it inside of a box like I did, or however you like to. So you would find all the factors of the first number, which in this case was 16, and you'd have to find all the factors of the second number, which in this case was 8. Once you've done that, then you would look at both lists. So you would look at the list of factors of 16, and you would look at the list of factors of 8, and you would see which is the largest number which appears in both lists. That largest number that we found out in this case was 8. So we would say 8 is the greatest common factor of 16 and 8. It could be, if you were given two other numbers, and just for the sake of example, say that number was 4 for two numbers, you would say 4 is the greatest common factor of the two numbers you're given. So the greatest common factor, just to recap, is the largest factor which appears in both lists of factors for the numbers that you're looking for.